All right. So last night we were out and I did a very fun thing in a bar. So basically we were out for someone's birthday and somehow they're like, oh yeah, we're going to buy jugs of Coke, and we've already bought, and they got given a bottle of Johnny Walker, and they're like, oh yeah, James will pour it. And I'm like, okay. and this was later on in the night, so I didn't even care if I got kicked out. So basically I had to put the jug under the table and then blind tip Johnny Walker into the jugs in the bar. And the first 2 times we did this, perfectly fine. The third time, the security's walking and I'm like, oh shit. And they're walking in my direction, looking at me, but because I was smooth enough, they didn't notice. Then there was another moment where, so because of that happened, there was a 4th jug. And this other guy goes to pour from the real Coke. And I'm like, no, take that one. And he's like, shut up. If you're going to do this, be quiet. Like, people are going to look suspicious if you're yelling out, don't take that Coke. And then one of the jugs had way too much, because I'm just doing this blind under the table, right? So I have no idea how much I'm pouring in. And like, I'm only afterwards checking how much is left in the bottle. And one of the jugs was like it was a substantial amount of Johnny Walker. So, and because we didn't have anything to mix it with, and we were joking about asking for a straw to mix the Coke, but so yeah, one of the jugs was basically, the top of it was just almost like pure Johnny Walker, and you could see in the in their glasses when people would pour it in, it wasn't like a Coke color, it was a whiskey color. So people are drinking it and they're drinking, they're like, they have the reaction like, whoa. And they're supposedly drinking just regular Coke.
Yeah, that's exactly how teenagers do celebrate their birthdays. So
except this is all like 30 and 40-year-olds.
Well, somehow you gotta, I don't know, add extra alcohol to your Coke. So it's
I mean, if they didn't want that to happen, they wouldn't charge so much for alcohol. And then,
yeah, exactly. But in that case, I'm surprised you're here, because it sounds like there was quite a lot of Johnny Walker going around.
No, well, I even did the great trick of, so to create room in the jugs, I had to tip Coke into a glass. So I'm sitting there drinking just Coke while the other people are drinking almost just Johnny Walker. So they're getting smashed off every sip. And then here I am just drinking regular Coke and watching it all go down.
Oh man, that is comedy gold right there. You should have whipped out the camera.
Yeah, I was thinking how good this would have been if, like, one, we'd filmed it, but then if you're going to film it, it's kind of even more obvious if you got cameras out. Why are they filming this guy putting his jug of Coke under the table?
Yeah, that'd be harder to hide from the security people. But
yeah. I mean, they barely looked, and I think that also, I've hit this point where I just don't care. Like, what are they going to do? Kick me out and ban me from a random pub? Oh no. What am I going to do? Go to one of the thousands and thousands of other pubs that there are?
Yeah. God, how terrible would that be?
Yeah.
I'll just go to your competition.
I would just go to literally 2 doors down to the next pub.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, on that note, so a guy has casually smashed the 24-hour pub crawl world record on his day off.
Just casually.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what the title of this article says.
Okay.
So Gareth Murphy, a 29-year-old, set off on a pub crawl to end all pub crawls and smash the world record for the most pubs visited in 24 hours back in February. Gareth managed to get around 56 pubs in Cardiff city centre, sinking a mix of alcoholic and soft drinks at every single spot. Now, that does seem a bit dodgy, though, because like if you have 54 soft drinks and then you have 2 beers, like
It's just like in 12 of them. Could I have a glass of water, please? I just came in to use the toilet for this one. Like, come on, dude.
I broke the 24. Well, I mean, I almost don't even want to say what I'm going to say, but anyway, I'm going to say it because I feel like this is a great YouTube title. Anyway, I broke the pub crawl record, 24-hour record without breaking my sobriety.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 57 pubs, not a single alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like, lots of water and I know Coca-Cola, Fanta, that sort of stuff. It surely doesn't count if he's doing a pub crawl and not crawling at the end of it. That's the whole point.
Yeah, the whole point is to have 56 beers.
Yeah.
Now
I think we should smash his record.
Yeah, with water.
Yeah.
Just to take the piss out of it. Only drink water.
Just go to a city and just like go to every pub and be like, can I have some water? And just that's the goal, just to break this fucker's record because he's giving it to us.
I reckon it can be done.
Oh, easily, yeah. In 24 hours in a big city, that'll be easy.
I mean, I'm literally writing this down because I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
57 waters going down, buddy. And it won't even be on my day off. You could actually work a full shift and still do this. You probably hit 10 on your lunch break.
Yeah, easy.
Now he says that I lost count of how many toilet breaks I took.
I mean, probably 12, I would imagine.
He said at the beginning it was minimal, once every 10 pubs, say, but by the end, I think I was going once every 2 or 3 pubs.
Yeah, but again, he wasn't drinking beer or alcohol in all of these pubs. Probably, it sounds like he had, like you said, a couple of pints, and then the rest of the time was on the soft drinks. So
yeah, I mean, if you have 57 waters, right, and those like, especially if it's like the tiny waters they usually give you in a pub, that's not even going to be the same as drinking 3 or 4 water bottles. Like, you're going to have to go to the bathroom, but you're not going to be pissing yourself because you've had 10 pints and you need to piss like crazy.
No, I think he's taking the piss is what he's doing, because this is one of those stories like, oh, look what I did. I was like, really, buddy? No.
Well, it even goes into saying that he kicked off his mammoth sesh with a lemonade at the local Wetherspoons at 10 a.m.
So did he set out to, is this something he planned to do?
Yeah.
Or did he just accidentally break the world record?
Well, there's 300 licensed premises in a half a square mile area in Cardiff, which boasts the highest densities of pubs, bars, and clubs in the entire UK. Okay. But yeah, so he set off at 10 a.m. at a Wetherspoons, and then from there he weaved his way around the city centre, finishing up at 9:30 that night. So we had to get him before his bedtime.
Yeah. Also, like, how much did he spend? He needs to clarify that, because that'll let us know how much alcohol he actually drank.
He got the official Guinness World Record certificate too.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, we should go to Cardiff and fucking destroy this record. There's 300 places.
300. Especially if he knocked off at 9:30.
Yeah. What the fuck?
There's at least another 2.5 hours easily. I mean, surely most of them are open until midnight.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, if he didn't even hit 100, that's ridiculous. He didn't even hit a third of the pubs. So
yeah, especially if you're okay. What did he drink during his pub crawl? So 4,915 mils or 8.6 pints of orange juice, 5 pints of apple juice. Now, okay, how many pints of beer do you reckon you had?
4.
You're way
He's
over.
had fun.
He did.
Really?
He had the big 1.8 pints of beer.
What?
He had 0.8 pints of lemonade, 0.5 pints of Diet Pepsi, 0.4 pints of Tango, 0.33 pints of blackcurrant cordial, 0.2 pints of Coca-Cola. Now, he had 0.2 pints of Guinness and 0.2 pints of cranberry juice.
That's not 57 pubs worth of drinks, though.
No, it's distinctly... Oh, okay, unless he's had a small... So basically, he's had 125 mils, I think, of a drink in each place. Or 0.2 pints at every place.
That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous thing that he has done. And he should not be rewarded for it.
So yeah, he's had like 17 pints roughly of liquid,
Yeah.
of which only 2 pints was actual alcohol.
We can beat this. We can drink three or 4 pints easily.
Before 10 a.m. Before he even started, we'd be, yeah.
I feel like this is a world record. I've always wanted to have a world record, and I think this is one we can achieve.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so Guinness World Record spokesperson said, for the purposes of this record, a pub is defined as an establishment licensed to sell alcoholic beverages on the premises, although the challenger is not required to consume any alcohol. In addition to video evidence of the full attempt, a logbook must be signed by an employee at each pub to confirm that the drink has been purchased and consumed. So you can't drink water because you got to purchase one.
Okay.
But that's, well, I mean, you could buy bottled water, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like he's done the pussy version of this world record.
Well, I mean, look, consider how much sugar intake he's taken, though. I mean, that's kind of the most outrageous part of this is how much sugar he consumed.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Wow. I mean, I still feel though that there's, I mean, yeah, if you're going to do it, do more than 56 pubs. Because he's basically had a sip of a drink in every pub.
Yeah, or more than 3 fucking alcohol drinks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you consumed less than 3 pints and you've got the world pub crawl record.
Yeah. He didn't even get a buzz from doing this. He was just
not at all. Like, he was safe to drive home.
Yeah. It was. That's the thing. The world record attempt for getting the world record for the biggest pub crawl ever. You should not drive yourself home. But this guy, he was driving everyone home.
Yeah. He did this and he was a designated driver.
That is ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, life goals right there. Break that world record, but do it properly.
57, here we come.
Yeah.
57 waters.
I reckon we can go 60, 65. Easy.
It's a lot of water to consume.
Just get some of those adult diapers on the way to hold on, keep the toilet breaks to a minimum. I better
start drinking some beer because I'm drinking too much water.
Yeah. I mean, even in for the last 6 bars, drink beer. Stop with your water crap or your soft drinks.
The embarrassment of having to go to a employee in a bar and say, can you please sign that I've drank a drink here so that I can complete the pub crawl record? And they're like, but yeah, drank an apple juice, a tiny apple juice. You drank a kid's apple juice. And yeah.
Can you imagine he's gone in and gone, what's the cheapest drink you have in the bar? And they're like,
he might have.
I reckon those blackcurrant cordials. That's what's happened there. They're like, we'll charge you 20p and you drink that. And he's like, yeah, sweet, let's do it.
Well, on the kids menu, we do have a blackcurrant cordial.
Yeah. Do you want any vodka in that or whiskey or anything? No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I want to drive home.
gotta make it home by 9:30, you know.
Yeah. No, it's kind of offensive that is the world record, to be honest. And I feel like something needs to be done about it in the same pubs and city. And there you go.
Go to Cardiff and...
Yeah, we need to go to Cardiff and smash this record.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to be one of the most sober people in Cardiff on your average weekend night, drinking three pints over the course of an entire day.
Yep. I mean, I feel like if you have just on the day, you've just broken the world record for the biggest pub crawl, and you get home at 9:30. Something wrong. This is not right.
Well, I would think that if you broke a world record, you would probably want to have more than 3 drinks just to celebrate.
Yeah. You know, that last one's got to be a bit of a party kegger situation going on.
Or shots or something.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, he went the shitty way of doing it. So anyway, what was this guy's name? Did they give his name, or is he in witness protection now?
Gareth Murphy.
Well, Gareth, you're a disappointment, my friend. So
we're coming for you.
Congrats on your world record. Enjoy it while it lasts.
It ain't going to be there long.
No.
Well, moving on. Now, you've been known to bring your excrement back from a holiday in a suitcase.
For science reasons, obviously.
Yes, science.
Yeah.
Well, according to reports, Vladimir Putin's bodyguards collect his excrement on foreign trips and take it back with them to Moscow in dedicated briefcases to stop Western spies collecting intelligence about his health.
Mm-hmm. That's where I got the idea from. These fuckers knowing what I've been up to.
What I would love is if you're going through airport security and your bag weighs too much and they ask to look inside, and then you're like, go ahead, please do. I'm quite proud of this collection.
Sir, did you pack this bag yourself? Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
Oh, I certainly did. Got a few souvenirs for the family in there.
I was in an airport once, and they did that with someone. They didn't have shit in their bag, but they, however, they opened their bag, they destroyed it, and they put all of their belongings into like a transparent, clear, huge plastic bag. And so like as they were queuing up to like check in, even they were, I think it was even before the check-in, they were they just had a plastic bag with all their stuff on display, and there was stuff they didn't want people seeing in there. So
what, like bags of excrement?
I'm pretty sure there was a very large pink dildo and some kinky underwear and stuff like that. So yeah, I was like, oh, you didn't pack that bag.
Well, I mean, that's the way to do it. If they're going to make it awkward, you make it even more awkward. You look them in the eyes and
everyone in this airport has a pink dildo in their bag. What are you talking about?
And doesn't check it in because what if I get horny on the flight?
Well, High Club, right?
Yeah. I need a collection of fleshlights in case, things get exciting on the plane. Yeah. I remember being a very young kid, and when Game Boys first came out, and it was like a big deal to even think of to put a image on a Game Boy. And my friend put porn on his Game Boy and took it on the plane, and it was like, oh wow. He claimed to have jacked off in the toilets on the plane to it, and setting the standards for airline travel.
You know, it was a different time back then. You know, you couldn't just download stacks of it onto your phone. You had to do miracles to get it on your Game Boy.
Yeah, or pub crawls involved actual drinking.
Yeah,
it was a simpler time. Back in my day, we used to drink alcohol in pub crawls.
We did,
and we'd get home at 10 p.m.
We'd get home sometime the next week. Not the same fucking day. We wouldn't drive ourselves home, that's for sure. No.
Yeah. So, well, this next person, this article is called "My Ancestors Were So Inbred They Turned Blue." Great Granny Luna was the bluest woman ever.
Nice. The Smurfs should really stop putting out their personal history on the internet in these stories. But
well, the Smurfs was a documentary, apparently.
Exactly.
So Ben Stacy can trace his heritage back to an isolated family from Troublesome Creek, perfect naming, in Kentucky, US, who were unique due to inbreeding, which brought recessive genes together.
Okay.
They started their family story started in 1820 when French orphan and his wife got together. They had a rare genetic defect called methemoglobinemia. Oh my God. Methemoglobinemia. Nailed it.
Interesting.
Which affects 0.0035% of the population globally.
Okay.
It means that blood does not carry enough oxygen around the body and turns blood brown, meaning that white patients' skin can turn blue and their lips purple.
No, I'm pretty sure that's an alien who's like, no, this is a rare genetic disease. That's what's
they
going on. They
lie about inbreeding to cover.
Yeah, it's not that I'm an alien. I fucked my cousin. And so did my parents. They fucked their cousins. There you go. That's why I have blue skin. No, man, you're an alien. Stop bullshitting. So,
well, that does lead into the next story of a bloke reveals bizarre experience of being surrounded by naked zombies at a nudist beach.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, continue.
Dreams come true.
They do.
Londoner Ben Myers, 47, has recalled the time he accidentally visited a nudist beach in 1997. And in Germany. And the longest operating, the name of it is German, but it's actually in the UK. And is longest running operating naturist resort in the UK. Okay. He said he got very high after work with a mate, too high in fact, and decided to drive to Spielplatz, the nudist camp in Brickwood. I was driving around this nudist camp, paranoid, scared, bewildered, and bemused, and it was one way. I was looking at people that shouldn't be naked, and then the car broke down. We've all had our cars break down in a nudist colony.
Yeah, that happens.
We then found ourselves surrounded by naked old people like a scene from a zombie film. We were too scared to get out of the car, but we had to and pushed it to the entrance of the place for the RAC to come and fix it. Now, imagine being the guy, like the tow truck guy who comes down and has to fix the car and has to navigate through old naked people.
I'm pretty sure some of those old naked people could have helped fix the car. And the dude was just too scared because he was high.
Well, the car might have needed some lube.
Yeah, it probably did. But yeah, it just sounds like old people were running around in the nude, and this other guy just wasn't ready to see naked people.
Yeah, it's weird how like all these nudist colonies are basically all just old people.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, I think you get to a certain age and you're like, I just want to see everyone with their tits hanging down. So let's do it.
I was going to jump in there and say 12, but based on what you said, I'm going to say 20.
Yeah, let's go with 20.
Well, a sexpert has a sex toy warning that could save you a very awkward trip to the doctor. What do you think it is?
Don't bring your sex toy to the doctor.
Yes. Or if you do, hide it well.
Yeah. Just make sure it's
and don't turn it on.
Yeah.
It'd be
Don't
very
use those
awkward to be
remote ones.
sitting at the doctor and you just hear.
Yeah. Keep that to yourself for now.
Yeah, just make sure it's off.
Yeah.
Or if you know you're going to have your ass looked at, probably don't leave it in your ass.
Yeah, that definitely.
She says that no one wants to get the instruction manual out in the height of passion. Personally, though, I find that to be like the peak of foreplay is to open up the toy and start reading through the instruction manuals in Chinese. Yeah.
Of course.
Try to make out what it says and read every page for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's the exciting part. That's what's going to get you going. That's not going to spoil the mood at all.
This product requires 3 AA batteries.
I've only got 2. Damn it.
Do not dispose of in a regular waste. Keep out of the sun between 1 and 40 degrees. Wash after use.
And that's a good tip. It's a good tip.
The factory where this was made is in blah, 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 blah. 7 blah, blah, blah street.
Your toy has been fully tested before being sent to you.
By Robert. And there's a photo of Robert with his thumbs up. All toys go through a thorough taste test, field test, and usually washed well after the test.
Usually.
Yes. Well, this expert does say you should always read the small print before getting jiggy. So she does actually say that you should be reading all those details. Okay. Intimate toys can get stuck inside of your body if you don't use them properly, which I would never have thought of.
Yeah.
So she shares her word of warning for those who want to spice up their sex life. Laugh all you will, but the misuse of vibrators and dildos is shockingly widespread. Largely because we don't receive any kind of education around their use, despite the fact surveys suggest as many as 3 out of 4 adults own one.
Wow.
One of the gravest mistakes people make when it comes to use of sex toys is assuming all pleasure devices are insertable.
I mean, you should be able to tell the ones that are and the ones that aren't, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit awkward when you get a pair of fluffy handcuffs stuck in your ass.
What? It didn't say anything in the instructions. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't say, don't stick this up your arse, okay?
Where does it say, do not insert this inflatable sheep into your asshole and then blow it up?
I don't think it does.
No. I read the manual. It doesn't say it.
There you go.
In reality, though, only products with a flared base are safe to go inside you. Think butt plugs, rabbit-style vibrators, and dildos with faux testicles at the base.
Okay.
Who knew those faux testicles had a purpose?
I mean, yeah. That's they're not just aesthetic; they're there for your safety. So
and for the taste.
Well,
and they're
goes without saying. There you go.
Yes, so the advice is important as misplaced vibrators can lead to internal injuries and other painful side effects.
Okay. All right.
Vibrate to your heart's content, but don't be too proud to read the instruction manual first. And as the saying goes, if it has no flair, it probably shouldn't go up there.
That's not a saying.
Now,
that lady's made that up.
Imagine hiring a hooker and then asking to read the instruction manual of the vibrator just to be safe before getting into any of this. Or you go to like a dominatrix and you're like, before you whip me and insert those things into me, we need to read the instruction manuals of each and every one of these to be safe. Madam.
No, let's just sit here in sexy time while we read.
Now, let me just wank while I read this.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of awkward dating moments, when would be the worst time to use Tinder? And I guarantee you probably get this wrong.
The worst time to use Tinder. I don't know, like on a date or on another date, something like that.
I mean, that's a bit trivial. That's, dates don't go right all the time.
I know, but I'm kind of
halfway through reading through your vibrator instruction manual.
Yeah, at that point, you're like,
can you read the manual while I scroll through Tinder for dating tomorrow? That's how you turn a woman on.
It is. I believe so.
Well, yeah, this woman, my wife, scrolled through Tinder while her husband bled to death in the kitchen knife murder. So she's accused of murdering her husband. And while he was there bleeding to death, she started scrolling on Tinder.
I mean, he's clearly not going to be around, so they get someone new. But, wow. Yeah, I would never have got that.
I thought you would have been close, but no.
I was going to say, like halfway through having sex with someone, be like, oh, wait a minute, I just got to check my phone, go through Tinder. I was like, that would be the worst. And I was like, nah, that's just too far-fetched. But then that, like the murders option, that wouldn't have even crossed my mind. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Now apparently he got stabbed, but she said that he had a heart attack.
Okay.
She initially told the police that he had a heart attack.
I tried to like stab him to make him better after he had his heart attack.
While I was on Tinder.
Yeah, I clearly wasn't murdering him. I was on Tinder. So.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to murder someone while you're on Tinder? And reading
what if I swipe on the wrong person?
Instruction manual?
Yeah, this is, I'm clearly not the person here. Anyway, he had a heart attack, so it's fine.
Well, wow. Yeah, that's one way for a relationship to go. Now this relationship in this story has a married couple have been told to end their relationship over a passive aggressive argument.
Okay.
Over a dog.
Oh, all right. Well, what went down?
So they've confessed to this on Twitter. So the guy wrote, "My wife passively aggressively points out my failings to the dog when I'm in earshot. I tell her this is pathetic, but when she goes out, I sit him down and give him my account of events at length."
All right, sweet. Yeah, they both sound like idiots, but okay.
Well, the annoying thing is there isn't like any more to this. That's all we know of this story. And unfortunately, we don't get to hear the dog side because
yeah.
What's the point of two parties telling the dogs if we don't get to know what the dog thinks?
Yeah, exactly. Because the dog is the one who has both sides of the information here. But yeah, I mean, it just sounds like, these are two terrible people who are just stupid and bad.
No, I completely disagree. These are two people that value the feelings of their dog. And they understand the importance of their dog believing them over their partner in their relationship.
I know. I feel like they're just bitching about each other to the dog, and the dog is like, "This is not what I'm here for. I'm just here for treats and belly rubs. So what are you guys talking to me for?"
I believe the dog would have said, "Woof, woof, woof."
I mean, we can't speculate on what the dog would have said or wouldn't have said, but
if we don't get more information, what terrible journalism!
The standard of journalism is pretty poor right now. So it's, we need more information. Journalists, give us the info.
Yeah, well, this next story also involves an animal, and a cow has been arrested and could face years in jail for brutal murder of a boy 12.
We have a similar story to this last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we did. To the extent that I don't even know if this is the same story, and I've just accidentally pulled it again.
I think it's a different one because I think it was like a sheep the last time.
I thought it was a sheep last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Never forget a good sheep story. No.
So yeah, police have confirmed that they've detained the lactating thug along with its owner after the animal allegedly attacked the child near a farm in South Sudan. It's been reported that the ferocity of the attack from the bull was such that the child was killed instantly. And then so they've actually put the police have confirmed the bull is under arrest, and the boy was taken to hospital for postmortem and is being taken home for burial. And then it goes into just a month ago, a ram was arrested and charged with the murder of a 45-year-old woman, which I believe was the previous one. I
believe that was our previous story, yeah. So I know it's about time animals were held accountable for their crimes.
Yes. I believe there should be more of it. I believe that we need to be sending out police into the wild and arresting these thugs wherever they may be. Just because an animal lives in the Amazon or it lives in the Serengeti, they should not be free to just murder at will.
No, I mean, it sounds very much like the chief of police or someone in a high up position in the policing authority has recently read Animal Farm and been like, these fuckers are plotting this shit. They're getting together in the barns and the fucking stables. They're planning this shit. So,
well, I'm a bit offended by these animal rights organizations because they only ever want to go after humans for what they do to animals. They never want to go after animals for what they do to other animals. That's
a good point.
Why are they not trying to attack and arrest animals that murder other animals? Like you see a lion eating some other animal, which just showed my in-depth animal analysis, which is what we all listen to.
That's why you got fired from the zoo, to be honest. Let's just admit it.
No, that's my official reason. We gotta talk about the real reason why I was fired from the zoo.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, officially, it was that. But yeah, I'm all for arresting animals.
I think there needs to be more of it, and they need to be brought to court. That needs to be a whole TV show in its own right.
They should get a fair trial. I'm not some heartless freak. But they should be able to be put to death as well.
Yeah. There's definitely an unbelievable structure available here where we can get animals into court, let them plead their case, and then after that, you either become steaks or you roam free. It's your choice. Depends what you did.
I mean, you become steak oil. You live for a couple more years and then become a steak as well.
Then become steak anyway,
yeah. Which also kind of leads into this next story of now this is probably not the best place to wash your hands because a guy lost his arm to a crocodile bite in an Indonesian zoo because he decided to wash his hands in a crocodile dwelling.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, you're looking to lose an arm. I mean, it's a good way to lose weight. And just take my arm. Cool. I lost 10 pounds.
Before and after.
No exercise involved. Just fucking went out one day and lost 10 pounds. Awesome.
Ilham, 49, was driving tourists through Cinca Zoo on Wednesday afternoon when he had to get out to change the car's tire. Once he was done, he walked over to a nearby pond to wash his hands, oblivious to the fact that it was home to one of the zoo's crocodiles. The croc pounced out of the water and took a chunk of his arm. It's got to be pretty awkward.
I mean, you know, that's horrible for the dude, but again, you should be aware of your surroundings if there's crocodiles around.
Yeah,
and
well,
you're in a
also,
zoo.
You're in a zoo. I mean, it says there was no sign indicating that the pond contained a deadly predator, but at the same time, like, you probably should be a little bit worried about random ponds in a zoo. But at the same time, also, like, if someone can just walk up and put their hand in the pond, what kind of zoo just like has I
had like a 2-foot fence
behind that grass? There's
a
few lions that live over there. And if you're going to go walk in the grass, then you deserve to be eaten by a lion.
They probably had signs up for the crocodiles saying, like, do not pass this point. Humans only.
Yeah.
Don't eat anybody.
Once again, this crocodile needs to be held to account and faced a jury of its peers to decide its fate.
Yeah, if a human was hiding in a lake and bit a guy's arm off,
we would ask, was there a sign that there is a human hiding in this lake waiting to eat your arm?
Yeah, and then you would say no, but that person would be arrested and brought to court. Then made a mistake.
Unless they claimed that the person had a heart attack while they were on Tinder.
While they're on Tinder, yeah. I didn't do it. It was on Tinder.
Yeah. Let them go. They could be like this next Netflix star who tried to suntan her bumhole to see if it boosted her energy.
Yeah, that works.
So on Netflix's reality series Bling Empire, Callie Mee Lee was seen laid on her back, raising her legs to the skies and tanning where the sun doesn't usually shine, they say. She says, no, it's not silly. But hey, if somebody wants to do it, yeah. Tan your bumhole.
I mean, I feel like I've seen this promoted online, like people saying it gives you great energy.
I've seen it on websites. That may or may not be my
have lots of videos about this, but it's not. I don't know.
Ask me if I live alone, and then I wouldn't last 30 seconds on their website.
Also, are like, do you want to meet MILFs in your area?
How do they know?
but like it's like one of those things. I was like, is this like the new LA cool thing to do? Just like tan your bumhole? Because I don't know if your bumhole needs to be tanned.
So. And the article mentions an unimpressed Josh Brolin, whoever that is, took to Instagram in 2019 to heed the following warning. Tried this perennium sunning thing that I've been hearing about, and my suggestion is do not do it as long as I did. My pucker hole is burned, he's crazy burned, and I was going to spend the day shopping and with my family, and instead I'm icing and using aloe and burn creams because of the severity of the pain.
Yeah, the sun will burn the fuck out of you if you are not careful. So pointing your bumhole at it is not a good idea because you don't know how tender that thing is.
Unless you want to show the sun who's boss.
Yeah, it could take offense though. Sun could be like, well, fuck you, buddy.
How dare you moon me? That's offensive.
Yeah, and just like, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up. And yeah, I don't know. Sounds like nobody's actually had a good experience from this, though. So why are people doing it?
Oh, I've had many a great experience. Brightens up the day.
That's just fine.
Imagine you have a reverse tan line where you're like darker around those areas.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. I covered up all of this area, but like these parts, just let them free.
Yeah. You have everything covered except this is the new trend. Reverse tanning.
Yeah.
So where other people have those tan lines and you do the opposite. You have tans only in certain areas.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, this whole thing might be a sign that your neighbors are swingers. And this next thing is signs your neighbors are swingers, from hot tubs to kinky symbols.
You went to a swingers party at their house.
Yeah. Well, I reckon the first sign would be if they ask you to fuck them.
Yeah. That's usually the first one.
So as many as 15 million people in the US are said to be playing swapsies with their partners. It says even though they keep their bedroom habits under wraps, they can also use certain signals to show they have an interest in unorthodox practices. So if you consider yourself to be a nosy neighbor and are wondering whether the people who live on your streets are getting frisky behind the scenes, firstly, I would say if you're a nosy neighbor and you don't know the answer to this, then you're pretty poor.
Yeah.
They say flamingos symbolize swinging, and partners are known to swap, placing plastic replicas of the bird in their front yard as a sign to others that they fancy a dabble. Now, that gets me thinking of a prank of just putting flamingos in front of people's houses.
Just randomly, here's some flamingos for you.
Hey, I just moved into the neighborhood. I would love to give you some flamingos. They say they don't even know how that became to symbolize the act, but a Reddit user said many people still aren't clued up about the coding of the unusual lawn display. Not to mention, TikTok also homes hundreds of videos of people that link plastic flamingos to swinging.
Interesting.
One woman was left horrified after she placed a pink flamingo in front of her home after receiving it as a gift. There we go. Give one to all the family members. Yeah. Here you go, Grandma.
Grandma's like, I have one of those.
I know what you're up to.
Yeah, had it for years, you dirty fucker.
Are you asking me? Garden gnomes have also become outdoor decor that can secretly symbolize swinging. So lawn ornaments. She also noted that there's been one potential buyer who turned down a property after they saw a couple of gnomes in a front yard of a property within the swinging hotspot.
Oh, apparently, well, if you're looking to buy a house in a swinging hotspot, you need to be aware of what lawn decorations your neighbors are going to have.
Or the current owners.
Yeah, there you go.
Apparently, hot tubs can also imply you have a sexually experimental neighbor. So anyone who has a hot tub, their neighbors are swingers.
If your neighbors have a hot tub, they're swingers, and they're not inviting you because you're ugly. There you go.
Everyone who owns a hot tub is a swinger. You heard it here first.
I think that's official on the internet now. So. Yeah. There you go.
It does say it's worth mentioning that some of these items can be quite common, and it is unsafe to assume your neighbor swings based on a simple garden decoration alone.
I think it's just assume away. It's definite.
If someone has a pink flamingo, you basically have carte blanche to walk in their house naked and ask to fuck.
Yeah, you just be like, what time are we getting it on at?
Yeah.
Do we swap car keys, or is it just... Is that not the way we do it anymore? I don't know.
There are some things you can look out for that are more obvious signs that a couple enjoys a little bit of experimentation. Ooh. One of the biggest is said to be pampas grass being planted on a person's front garden. I don't even know what pampas grass is.
No, but it seems like a very elaborate way to let people know you're a swinger. I got new grass. All right. Swinger.
One way to find out is if they write swinger in massive writing on their front door. If they buy a billboard that says, I am a swinger.
Yeah.
Pampas grass is like some weird white grass thingy. Anyway, very odd. There is that connotation. But it says that many non-swingers have even clocked onto the code. So apparently The Guardian also spoke with nursery sellers who claimed that sales of the plant have decreased by around 50% over the last 5 years, as some gardeners were left in fear that they may be sending the wrong message to people. So it's a sign that you're a swinger, but then it's also not a... Yeah. Could you imagine like you drop like $100,000 on a new garden and then you find out that your garden is basically just saying, we are swingers?
Should people knocking on your door? I'm here for the sex. It's like, no, that's not. It's just a nice garden. Leave us alone.
That's the 5th time this week. Upside down pineapples have also become quite a big symbol for swingers, with some having placed the upturned fruits outside their homes, while other suburbanites have attempted to use the fruit in a more subtle way. The Sun also claims that some partner swappers have even had door knockers made in the shape of the fruit, while some go to the effort of investing in pineapple-themed doormats.
Nice.
Well,
right.
I mean, this is going to be the ultimate prank, is to just buy pineapple doormats and just put them in front of people you don't like's house.
I'm going for a walk later to see who has a pineapple doormat.
Yeah. I'm going to be looking out for all this stuff. And yeah.
Everywhere we go, especially on our pub crawl in Cardiff, we'll be looking out for flamingos and pineapples.
We're going to go swinger crawling and go to 57 swinger houses and jack off at 2 of them.
Yeah, that would be epic. The rest of them just having a cup of tea.
I'd like to introduce myself. I'm new to the neighborhood.
I see you have some pink flamingos out in the garden. I know what that means.
But I'm not here for that. I'm just here to say hello.
Yeah.
Some horny holiday makers have been down to post pictures of the tropical fruit on their hotel doors to let people know they've arrived.
Wow. Okay.
Now, that is what you do in a hotel. You buy a shitload of pineapple stickers and just stick them on people's doors. And then all these people are like thinking that, oh, they're swingers. And especially with people that wouldn't know, because like the majority of people would have no idea. But even the like house cleaning or whatever would be like, oh, wow, some swingers, very open swingers.
Lots of pineapple enthusiasts.
What happens at the pineapple convention, like the Pineapple Growers of America or whatever, when they all get together and there's pineapple stuff everywhere and everyone's like, wow, these people are wild.
Basically, it just means that they're swingers. It's just a convention for swingers. That's all. So,
yeah. It says that it's important to know that swingers don't only let themselves be known via domestic items, as they can also show their sexual preferences by using specific accessories.
Oh.
It's a good idea to keep an eye on your neighbor's right hand, as a black ring can also symbolize that they're down the swing.
All right. I see a lot of black rings lately. So.
I'm going to be giving out a lot of black rings as presents.
Sounds good.
Why does I think as a family, it's important we all get matching black rings.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, speaking of going to the wrong house, Is there a better way to propose to someone than with McDonald's?
Yes.
And there's absolutely no connection between those two when I said, speaking of that, until you get to what this actual story is, which is that a McDonald's proposal goes horribly wrong as food is delivered to the wrong house.
Oh, no.
So someone had a McDonald's themed proposal, which in itself is insane.
Yes.
The recipient of what should have been a very special Happy Meal, they always have to throw that stuff in there, took to Reddit to share the snap of the food that came complete with a note which read, "Will you marry me, Kim?" The note was accompanied by a little drawing of some love hearts. Thousands of people were left gobsmacked after the quirky proposal went wrong. So the person wrote, "So I ordered McDonald's via DoorDash and found this in the bag. Not only did the DoorDash driver get my order wrong, but I think he messed up some poor dude's plans." Or the DoorDash person is a genius and just likes to mess with people and guess that they get the right name. And then, yeah.
Or someone called Kim was at home alone on a Friday night and was like, "I want people to think who work at McDonald's to think this is like my partner ordering me 12 Big Macs. So yeah, will you marry me, Kim? Lots of love hearts, please. We're getting married."
I'm definitely not a pig who is eating a substantial amount of food for myself.
Of course.
One person said, "Is it normal in Canada to propose via McD delivery on a ripped out piece of scrap paper written with a Sharpie?" And I can guarantee you the answer is yes. That is,
there you go.
That's the traditional Canadian way to get engaged.
It's the traditional way, all the way back in time. That's how they've done it.
Yeah. They drink their Tim Hortons and they propose via McDonald's.
Absolutely.
And don't you dare get the two mixed up, because then you're going to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like to think that there's someone out there who was genuinely planning to get married and was telling their partner, "Now look into the bag. You're going to get a big surprise when you look in that bag." And they're looking and they're like, "You got me ketchup?" "Oh, yeah, that. And look at what else is in there." So
I'd like to see the review of the DoorDash delivery. 1 star ruins the fucking night.
"Tried to propose to my wife, Kim, via..." Or what if we take this even further? And I think we've figured out what this happened. This was Pete Davidson proposing to Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Jeez. There you go.
And it all went wrong.
Yeah. You know, you would think he would have, you know, put more thought into it, but there you go. DoorDash delivery is going to do the job. They can't solve all your problems, do everything for you.
They've ruined a celebrity wedding.
Yeah, damn it. That's what the world needs right now, is another celebrity wedding. So
yeah, that really would bring us all together.
It would.
Now, a cartel hitman for El Chapo was caught, and I want you to take a guess how. And I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
This is very much down the lines of this podcast.
All right. So,
and don't you dare besmirch the good name of our hero, El Chapo, who we would never say a negative word against.
No, but this was his hitman.
Yeah.
Got it.
Fuck him.
No. Yeah. So.
Do not. No, I'm sure he's a great man as well. But not going to be taking on cartel hitmen and insulting them.
No, our days of taking on cartel hitmen are in the past.
Yes,
but
with the flamingos and pineapple.
But considering it's because of this podcast, or it's down the alley, or down the street of this podcast, I'm going to say it's because he went to the doctors because something was inserted where it should not have been inserted.
No, but another common theme of the podcast.
No, he had an Easter egg that was 70 years old.
Another common theme of the podcast.
Oh, I don't know. Um, okay. Swingers? He was at a swingers party?
No. You're going to kick yourself when you hear what it was.
Yeah. All right. Tell me.
So he was apprehended by police for masturbating in public underneath his parked car.
Damn it. I should have known that. All right. So hang on. Wait. Underneath his parked car?
Yeah.
What?
Well, of course, if you're going to masturbate, you go under your car and look, as all good cartel hitmen do, they lay under their car and jack off.
I feel like this is a whole new thing I've got to learn about.
It says the bizarre incident took place at around 4 a.m. on June 6th after police in Mexicali, Baja, California, Mexico, noticed the bloke touching himself beneath a gray 2015 Nissan Versa. The car, which had California license plates, was parked at an intersection. The supposed cartel member then threatened Mexicali municipal police officers when confronted about the public pleasuring, which I think is wrong. I mean, if you're a police officer and you see a cartel member masturbating in public, you should probably just let it go.
At 4 a.m. as well. It's not like he's trying to do his best to hide it from everyone else. He's got
to get his kick in, but he's also got to hide it.
Yeah, I think he's done his best there, but that's quite unfortunate. I mean, if it's 4 a.m., most places you could probably jerk off in the middle of the street and no one's gonna see you. Never mind underneath your car. And also, it's not even a sexy car. It's just a Nissan Versa. It's like, ugh. So,
I don't know. I mean, have you touched the car? Maybe it has some extra feelings and.
Yeah, maybe so.
So a search of the Nissan Versa found that he had 2 firearms stashed away, and reports that the weapons are the reason he is now being presented to the federal public ministry, suggesting he is facing charges beyond public masturbation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, the cartel is locked in a bloody civil war with another faction led by El Chapo's former right-hand man.
I mean, right-hand man, masturbation, it all goes.
I mean, this guy could have been left-handed, though.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Imagine, as a cartel leader, he has a right-hand man and a left-hand man to.
You got to mix it up sometimes.
I feel like this conversation is borderline dangerous.
I feel like we need new identities.
We can joke about the Queen and whatever all we want, but when it comes to cartel masturbation in public,
we got to just with the utmost respect.
Yes, to these fine gentlemen, who please themselves in the cars. Look, we've all been there. We've all had the feeling that we need to. At 4 a.m.
Sometimes
what was he doing out at 4 a.m.? Like the world record of pub crawls is done at 9:30. That's the real crime, I say.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Now, I mean, we've all been there where we've needed to get one off and whatnot. So for this next story, how much have you spent on an escort?
In total or at once?
Yeah. Your most expensive one.
Oh, I don't know. Bajillions. So much money.
Well, this story is that an England star has been kicked out by the partner after spending £55,000 on a blonde escort.
£55,000?
Yeah.
Wow. What? So, I mean, that's quite a lot of money. What was going on? Is this like an ongoing thing, or just like his monthly bill, or was it a one-off?
The
Do we
Sun
know?
report that the unnamed star became besotted with the escort and splashed out £35,000 in 7 months in order to keep appearances regular, as well as
Wow.
spending £20,000 on presents, which includes a necklace worth £2,500.
Wow. You know, if you're a high profile person like that, you should probably keep that kind of thing to a minimum. But hey, you know.
Or ask for a discount,
Yeah. You know, I'm sure a deal can be done, but it feels a bit weird. Pricing is going to be like through the roof for normal people. So, you know, be considerate. You can't give someone 55 grand and then like the random John with like 100 quid is going to get nothing. So
that's the real crime here.
Yeah.
Setting unrealistic expectations for other customers.
Exactly. Now she's going to be like, but this guy gave me 55 grand. You're like, well, good. So, I got 50. What do you got? So, yeah.
So the the partner though is prepared to give the footballer one last chance, though claiming he must turn on his Snapchat account's location setting.
Person who has not achieved much in life is willing to give multimillionaire a second chance after discovering life will not be as glamorous without said multimillionaire. All right, cool. Yeah, I really wish these reports would name the player. Just be like, fuck it, it's Wayne Rooney or whoever the fuck it was. I'm just saying it might be Wayne Rooney. Who knows? It probably is Wayne Rooney. But we need to know who this is because there needs to be protests. How
we
he's
need to know who it
endangering
is so that we can rent the hooker ourselves and ask her about it
for journalistic purposes on the podcast.
Yes,
obviously, that's the thing there. But you know, it's one of those. We need to find out who it was, and also if he's willing to spend 55 grand on that, you know, we can probably get him to spend 55 grand on some sponsorship or something.
Yeah. Or at least like buy like our whole neighborhood some pineapple doormats.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good plan right there. So I like it.
Now you've been saying it for years, but now a professor has finally agreed with you that aggressive alien reptilians want to lead fascist system on Earth.
Yes. Yeah.
So
it's
Dr.
clear.
Michael Sala specializes in exopolitics, and after studying how alien species might be interacting with human politics, he had a warning about extraterrestrials plotting to take over the Earth.
Okay.
So they have all this high-powered whatever, and yet for some reason they need to manipulate like our politics.
Yeah. But only in certain countries. I'm pretty sure probably only this country that this professor is from. He's like, yeah, they're digging into this. There are political parties.
Well, an aggressive alien reptilian species is planning to establish a fascist system of control over humans on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. Michael Sala holds a qualification as a doctor of philosophy from the University of Queensland, but has since specialized in exopolitics. So he authored a number of books on the topics and set out his unusual theories, unusual being the article's words, not mine. I certainly wouldn't call it that.
No.
He claimed that there are a number of alien species who have already interacted with humans and gave one frightening prophecy that reptilian aliens are plotting to soon take over the Earth. Basically, what we have is a picture of many different extraterrestrial races that are visiting us. The precise figure is not clear because it seems that this may change over time. But what is clear is that a number of these extraterrestrial races have taken a direct interest in human affairs, In other words, that they intervene in some way. So, I mean, that's definitely a fact. And even though that's a fact, but he doesn't know how many of them there are, it's definitely a fact that they're interfering.
100% fact, yeah.
He goes on to say, in my own exopolitical research, I identified 17 different races that are directly interacting with humanity. 6 of those races are making agreements with the government, and the other 11 races of extraterrestrials are those basically that interact with civilians.
I think what he should do is get a member of each of these species to do a podcast with him. And then everyone would be like, see, he was right all along.
Yeah, or like, you know, when he says that there's 17 and he's identified them all, like give one hard-hitting, indisputable example of one of those 17 factual documented
100%
races of aliens.
Needs to put it out there, yeah. So, like, I feel like he needs to clarify this information for everyone so that there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Because you'll get the people out there who don't believe this, even though it's obvious. So, people don't believe shit.
Yeah. So he says that the reptilians are concerned about offsetting the possible impacts of climate change.
Okay.
So of course, the aliens would also share his political beliefs. I'm sure that if he's pro or against Trump, that like the aliens are also for or against Trump.
Exactly. Yeah.
The indigenous reptilians seem to have a very strong interest in the biosphere of Earth being stable and that it's not jeopardized unduly.
As you'd expect, yeah.
These off-planet reptilian races appear to be much more aggressive. They seem to be much more predatory, much more intent on establishing their own kind of system on the Earth, where apparently they would like to have something that we would consider to be a fascist, autocratic system that is in charge of the planet overall.
Cool. Interesting times ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
I, for one, welcome our alien overlords.
I know. Fuck them.
Oh, shit. I mean, just cartels, alien overlords. We're pissing them all off today. Swingers. Everybody's going to be pissed at us.
The swingers are the real ones I care about.
Yeah, you got to keep them on side.
A whole bunch of pineapples thrown at me.
At the next party.
Yes. At my next flamingo party.
Yeah.
Well, I think on a final note, we'll end it on a sexy note. So An heiress had sex with her own son to cure him of sexual tastes before his bloody revenge.
What? Is this now? Hang on. Is this a news story or a Pornhub description of what the video you're about to watch?
Why not both?
True. All right, cool.
Or a documentary.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
A model attempted to cure her son by having sex with him, only for him to stab her to death in her London kitchen.
Wow. She must have been a terrible lay.
Do you know how bad your mum's going to be at sex to want to stab her?
Wow. This is a movie. This has to be, someone has to make a movie of this. This is a great story.
Well, Barbara Daly Bakerland, who once ranked as one of the 10 most beautiful women in New York, modeled with Vogue, and that led her to the glamour of a socialite existence.
Okay.
She was introduced to trainee pilot Brooks Bakeland, and he was an heir to the Bakelite fortune, and she married him quickly through lavish parties on a regular basis. They splashed out on their high life, but things soon took a turn. She was known to drink heavily, so obviously she didn't go on these long pub crawls. And both she and her husband participated in extramarital affairs. So obviously they were a fan of the pineapple.
Yep.
However, she gave birth to their first and only son in 1946. On a family holiday 21 years later, Anthony met bisexual man Jake Cooper, and they journeyed to Morocco to take hallucinogenic drugs. This led to a major fallout with his parents. Okay. Barbara accepted the extent of her son's relationship with Cooper, but preferred a potential relationship with a young Spanish girl, Sylvie. However, Sylvie then started an affair with Brooks.
Oh my God.
So she wanted her bisexual son to date a girl, but that girl instead started dating her husband.
This is a movie. This needs to be a movie. This is great.
This is like just pineapples everywhere and flamingos all over the place. After discovering the affair in February 1968, Barbara tried to commit suicide, leading Brooks to launch divorce proceedings. Oh. Brooks then married the girl and had a son. Meanwhile, she believed her son was ill due to his sexual preferences, so began many attempts to cure him. This included hiring prostitutes to have sex with him to coerce Anthony into straight sex. After that failed, she took matters into her own hands, manipulating her son into having sex with her.
Okay. So wait though. So he's bisexual, so he had no problem having sex with ladies. He was fine with that. He just also wanted to have sex with men. But she was like, if you have sex with the right ladies, you'll only have sex with ladies.
The bisexual thing is that he dated a bisexual man. So maybe he wasn't bisexual. He was just gay.
Oh, okay.
Which isn't quite... I mean, it's not clearly written here, but yeah, I'm reading between the lines of this lovely family. Anthony, unsurprisingly, given his fractious personal life, suffered from mental health problems throughout his life.
That is surprising.
Yeah. On the night of Barbara's murder, Anthony admitted that he and mother argued over a friend who he invited over, but his mother didn't want to see.
Uh-oh.
The argument became heated and turned violent, with Anthony hitting his mother before she ran into the kitchen of her home in London. He followed, picking up a knife, stabbed her without hesitation. He'd be later found guilty of manslaughter and sent to Broadmoor, one of the UK's top security hospitals. In 1980, his release was secured, enraging his father, Brooks, and he was put under the duty of care to his 87-year-old grandmother.
Oh, that's going to go well.
Now, it does seem weird that Brooks cheated and married and had a kid with the girl that the mother wanted to set their son up with, but then was enraged that the kid got out of jail. Like, yeah.
Seems like he was partially part of the problem. Somewhere like he didn't help resolve the situation in any way. He made it worse.
We do appear to have jumped the gun here because only 6 days after he was released into the duty of care of his grandmother.
Okay.
Only 6 days after his release, he attacked her with a kitchen knife, stabbing her 8 times and breaking several bones.
Okay.
But it seems like he didn't even kill her. So he failed to kill an 87-year-old, stabbing her multiple times. He was then arrested, charged with attempted murder, and sent to Rikers Island prison. After further psychiatric evaluation, he was expecting to be released on bail at a court hearing, but was found suffocated in his cell that afternoon, which also sounds suspicious.
It does.
Like, why would you... I don't know. He found suffocated in his cell on a day where he was meant to get bail.
Yeah,
it seems like you're probably not going to. I don't know. Yeah,
I think this needs to be a Netflix movie of the week.
The tragic tale is the subject of a 2007 film, Savage Grace.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Starring Julianne Moore and Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it. Those are both awful. So Those two together, oh my God, that's the worst thing I could think of.
Two of our least favorite actors. No wonder.
Wow, that's incredibly wild of a story. But yeah, I feel like,
how do you make a shit movie out of such a wild story?
It's a good question. All of the elements you need there, incest, bisexual people, straight people, parents having affairs with girlfriends or friends, whoever. It's all just there for you. You just film it. Just say, go film it, make it good. It's hard to fuck that one up.
Well, so after the film opened, so the former lover, Sam, wrote an article pointing out that elements in the film were factually inaccurate, such as a menage a trois between her, the son, and Sam.
She's saying it didn't happen, or it didn't happen.
No, he's
in that
saying
way.
it didn't happen.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, then he took legal action against the filmmakers, which was unresolved at the time of his death.
Interesting.
What a wild story.
It's kind of one of those, like, every time you turn around, there's something new. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's
so
crazy.
That Sam guy has a whole Wikipedia article that is like a massive thing. And he was a socialite who also hung out with Yoko Ono and John Lennon.
Awesome.
He even got them access to an archaeological dig in Egypt.
Wow.
In the summer of 1979, Lennon named Green as Sean Lennon's guardian should he and Yoko Ono be killed together.
Wow.
And this guy was portrayed in a film as having a threesome with a mother and son. But it seems like the threesome didn't happen, but the mother and son did.
Okay. The real question is, who first bought the pineapple doormat for the other? And who thought it was a good idea? Wow, that is wild, man. That is absolutely the wildest story we've had. We've had some crazy shit. Wow.
Well, so it turns out he didn't. So this guy who in the film had a three-way with the mother and son, but he just dated the mother and he had an affair. But then he was later introduced to her son, but he was very unimpressed by his artistic capabilities.
Okay.
And then after 6 weeks, he broke off the relationship with the mother, although she was obsessed with him still. She pursued him relentlessly, and when she returned to the United States, walked barefoot across Central Park in the snow, wearing nothing but a lynx fur coat to demand entry to his apartment.
Okay.
And this guy could have had a threesome with a mother and son and didn't.
I mean, yeah. He, I mean, that's, it's one of his biggest regrets.
Well, it doesn't seem to be, because he did sue the film over it.
He's like, wait a minute, this could have happened? Damn it. Yeah. I mean, when you characterize someone and say, I wasn't impressed by their artistic abilities, it's like the biggest put down you can give somebody. I didn't think he was very good.
This guy whose mother forced him to have sex with her to try to get to cure him of his homosexuality, his art wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there are like people that you can kick about their art, and there are people that you probably should just be like, oh, that was a great drawing of a stick figure.
That painting you did, it's a 6 out of 10, buddy. No fucking way. Am I hanging that shit? Look, that is not going on my fridge.
Look, I know your mom forced you to have sex with her, but you know, you're art shit, mate.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's no wonder he went on these murderous rampages against his family members. Like, oh, my art is shit.
I had sex with mom and my art, it gets insulted. Like, where is this world coming to?
Oh, that would make me a better artist. She promised.
She said if I came on her face, my art would be good. But this guy even said that she started telling people she had an incestuous relationship with her son as a way. Like, she was actually out there telling people too. It wasn't like, it's one thing to do it, but another thing to go around and be like telling people, oh, by the way, I slept with my son.
Just at an old, a luncheon or something. Somebody's possibly. So what else did you get up to this week? Went to the horse racing, fucked my son. Yeah, not much. How about you? His art, by the way, still shit.
So how are the kids? Well, I fucked Anthony, and well, I just gotta say, his art shit. He's still gay. I mean, what are we going to do here?
It's disappointing, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I think she should have kept that to herself, but I guess she wanted the world to know.
Yeah, it'd be funny if like she went to like McDonald's or something and they're like, welcome to McDonald's. How are you today? What can I get you? And she's like, I'm actually doing quite well. Just slept with my son. It was a pretty solid load, so I'm pretty proud, And yes, I'll have fries with that.
So it's going to be one of the weirdest days working on a drive-thru.
Now, anytime someone asks me how my day is, I want to go to like somewhere like that and just give them a very awkward thing of, I had to sleep with my mom because she wanted to cure me of homosexuality. But other than that, pretty good. Thanks.
Yeah. And her boyfriend said my art was shit.
Yeah. Other than that, fantastic.
Yeah. Can I get extra cheese? What? Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is, as I said, like this should be a good movie. How I haven't seen a movie about this that's been good. I know there is one now, so I'll maybe check out a trailer or something. But
yeah, but apparently it's trash. So
yeah, it sounds awful. So the movie side of it, the casting and everything. Ugh. But yeah, it sounds like a great story. So it's just wild. Oh God. So yeah, we've had all the big hits this week. I mean, swinger parties,
cartel,
incest,
hitman, swinging under, masturbating under cars.
Yeah. Butthole, sun tanning, all kinds. So it's all been
arrested.
This is what makes a successful podcast, talking about the real stories that are necessary. And we've decided we're going to break
a world record. They don't even
record.
cover any of this.
Yeah, exactly. This is where it is. So, plus, we've got that goal now for our new world record. So I'm excited to break that. Literally any day of the week, anytime.
And still get to bed by 9:31.
I think we might push it to 10 that night. Just have a bit of a celebration half hour.
Only if mom says it's okay.
All right. Well, that's we'll see what happens.
And she's not ovulating, obviously, too.
Obviously. Yes. That's there we go.
I think it's only fair that we put this podcast in memoriam of Barbara Daly Bakeland. Absolutely.
We won't get sued for that. It's fine. Yeah. Anyway, so we probably have to change our appearance because we talked about the cartel. We probably have to go on the run.
And we talked about the aliens too. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, that's true. So we made some new enemies this week, which is good. It can't just be the British royal family who are after us.
No British royals this week.
Yeah, which is weird. Feels like we've left something out, but hey, we'll get them back next week. So
yeah, we'll catch up on all of their. we didn't have the toilet, but we did have the Putin bring the excrement in briefcases. So
true. Yeah.
So one door opens, another suitcase full of excrement replaces it. So
true. You got to look forward to these things in life. So
I don't know why I think of this, but Deal or No Deal, the show.
Yeah.
Where they open the suitcases. What if every one of them was just a different amount of excrement?
Yeah, it'd be a whole different show.
Yeah. And instead of like money inside, it's like, this is Saturdays, this is Tuesdays, this is
I'm sure there are people who do keep their shit in boxes like that and be like, this was Tuesday, May 1st. There you go. Oh, fuck. Yeah. So I'm sure there are people out there.
I hope there is no TV producer out there stealing our magical idea.
There is. They're always stealing our ideas. So
yes.
Anyways.
On that
note. It was a good one.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a good one. I look forward to next week, and hopefully we can find out more about these alien races and these incestuous people.
If we haven't been taken yet.
Yeah. We're not here next week. You know what happened.
We flew too close to the sun.
And the daughter and the mother. All right, man. Well, it's been a good one. Yep. I'll check in with you next week.
Yep. I'll speak to you then.
Take it easy, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.